Often we seek answers in the outside world, when the true key to transformation lies within ourselves. Imagine your mind as a garden, and what you plant in it defines the landscape of your existence. Open the doors of your mind to the light that illuminates intelligence, allowing you to sow a new path, far from the shadows of the past. This is our introduction to a fundamental truth. Our thought is the driving force, the origin of everything we cultivate in our spirit. It is from the essence of our deepest being that the laws and forces guaranteeing the beauty of existence and the balance of the entire universe around us spring forth. Our mind, this sacred space, is the cradle of deep values, destined not only for the present, but to nurture our continuous journey, preparing us for a lasting legacy. We want you to understand that every harvest in your life, be it joy or challenges, directly reflects what you have planted. Your achievements, wherever you may be, will be a mirror of how you think. This video will delve into the depth of this inner sowing, uncovering how your thoughts, your words, and your actions connect to shape your destiny. Stay with us to discover the transformative power that resides within your own mind. From the understanding that thought is the seed, we delve into how this force manifests in our reality. Let the living force of your ideas radiate love, attracting to yourself the same love that governs the mechanics of the cosmos. This phrase invites us to go beyond mere cognition and embrace the energy of love as a universal catalyst. It is not an abstract idea, but an energy that, when emitted, returns to us. Think about how a thought of anger can consume your energy and attract conflict, while a thought of gratitude can open doors and attract blessings. The journey of self-transformation does not require a grand stage or a gallery of trophies to begin. Do not wait for recognition or a gallery of human trophies to release the silent energy that will reorient your path. Genuine change, the reorientation of your path, begins internally, often without fanfare. Every great journey, after all, is not a race, but a sequence of a single step. And charity, which is love in action, finds its beginning in the simplest kindness. This scene will explore the potency of these small beginnings, showing how the energy of love in your thoughts and the first step towards kindness can trigger a monumental transformation in your life and in the world. Armed with an understanding of the power of thought and small beginnings, we are now invited to a daily practice: conscious mental sowing. Let's learn to sow with the mind, cultivating thoughts that renew us and elevate us towards the supreme good. This means a daily exercise of self-vigilance, an intentional choice of what we allow to flourish in our inner garden. In the face of anxiety, we plant serenity. In the face of anger, we cultivate understanding. This active sowing is the foundation for our spiritual and emotional growth. Goodness and peace cannot be kept only within us. They must be radiated. Let's spread thoughts of peace and benevolence, of understanding and help around ourselves. Imagine your thought as a beam of light extending, touching those around you, creating an aura of positivity. This practice not only benefits others, but strengthens your own inner sowing, making it more fertile and resilient. This scene will delve deeper into techniques for cultivating uplifting thoughts, and how this mental radiation can transform your environment and relationships, showing that the good you think spreads, and the good you radiate returns. However, the master warns us, thought, however powerful, is not an end in itself. Do not limit yourself, however, to merely thinking. True transformation happens when the harmony of the inner field translates into concrete action. Translate the harmony of the inner field through word and service, mobilizing constructive words in the planting of higher knowledge and moving your hands in the cultivation of fraternity. The word, which can hurt or heal, is a powerful tool. Using it to build knowledge, to inspire, and to encourage is a form of service. And hands, which can clench or extend, are instruments of fraternity. Disinterested service, practical help to others, are the purest manifestation of our inner sowing. The light that guides our evolutionary journey, the text tells us, must go beyond the static beauty, which is simple contemplation or good thought, to the dynamic of action. This scene will explore the vital bridge between thinking and doing, showing how conscious words and active service are the essential tools to transform the beauty of intention into real fruits in the world, generating impact and meaning. The most sublime example of this integration between mind, word, and service is given to us by Christ. Christ, the greatest example of all masters above all, kept his mind aligned with the designs of the Father and Creator, unfolding in the ideal of serving, sustaining his word and his arms in the construction of boundless good. This is the personification of the inner sowing in its purest and most powerful form. He kept his thought aligned with a greater purpose, not for himself, but for the benefit of all humanity. The integral dedication to the ideal of serving, using every word and every action to build boundless good, is the apex of the journey. He did not limit himself to meditating, but lived and acted according to his inner wisdom, becoming a beacon of light and transformation. This scene invites us to contemplate this supreme example of service and to ask, how can we, in our own lives, bring our thoughts, words, and actions closer to this ideal? What is the boundless good that we are called to build in our own field of action, inspired by this integral dedication to the greater purpose? Finally, we come to the synthesis of our commitment to this journey of transformation. If we embrace the gospel as a blessed guide for our pilgrimage to the highlands of life, let us forget the evil that has disturbed our journey to fix our best purposes on the teaching of Christ, so that we may become instruments for his sublime extension. This is the final call to liberation and service. It means leaving behind the shackles of the past, the grudges, the errors, the disturbances that prevent us from moving forward. It is an invitation to focus our energy and intention on the greater purpose, on the teachings that elevate us, so that we can become channels, living instruments for the extension of good in the world. The inner sowing fully manifests when our mind, words, and service are aligned with an ideal that transcends the ego. It's not about instant perfection, but about the continuous decision to plant good and harvest love. This scene is the climax of our journey, an invitation to embrace the responsibility of being light, love, and service, allowing goodness to expand through us towards the highlands of life, where the harvest is peace and purpose. We have journeyed together through the inner sowing, from the power of our thoughts to the manifestation of service and action. We understand that opening the mind to light, cultivating good, translating inner harmony into constructive words and deeds, and dedicating ourselves to a greater purpose are paths to a fulfilling life. It is fascinating to observe how these principles powerfully echo in ancient philosophies, especially in Stoicism. Although the text that guided us uses the figure of Christ as a supreme example, the essence of its message resonates with the wisdom of Stoic icons who lived and taught the pursuit of virtue and inner peace. Think of Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor. In his meditations, he constantly reminded us that a man's mind is his God. This perfectly aligns with the idea that our mind is the matrix of values, and that our harvest reflects what we think. Marcus Aurelius preached control over our internal reactions to adversity, a reflection of not waiting for galleries of triumph and radiating love, even in challenging contexts. Consider Seneca, whose letters and teachings often address the importance of virtuous action and resilience. He would say that all charity begins with kindness, and that the light that guides us must move from the static beauty to the dynamic of action. Seneca valued service to humanity, which mirrors moving one's hands in the cultivation of fraternity, and sustaining one's word and arms in the construction of boundless good. And Epictetus, the former slave who became one of the most influential Stoic thinkers, focused on the distinction between what we can control, our thoughts, judgments, and actions, and what we cannot. His philosophy reinforces the idea of mentally sowing, renewing ourselves for the supreme good, and of spreading thoughts of peace and kindness, as these are the seeds directly within our control. He would encourage us to translate the harmony of the inner field through word and service, living with coherence and purpose. Regardless of your beliefs or philosophical path, the message is universal. We are the gardeners of our own souls. The sowing of our mind determines the harvest of our life. Whether through the lens of faith or the prism of Stoic reason, The call is for conscious action, for building good, for overcoming ego, and for a life of profound meaning. If this video has touched your soul and ignited a new understanding of your purpose, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content that will further deepen this journey. Leave your like on this video so that the message of the inner sowing of life can reach and inspire millions of other people around the world. And share it with anyone you believe also needs to cultivate their inner garden. Together we can spread this light and build a more conscious and compassionate future for all.